If you're a girly that relies solely on motivation, where you are just waiting for this feeling of excitement and all the things to get you going to want to go to the gym, I'm going to let you down really, really hard right now. Welcome to Glow Confessionals. I'm your host, Alicia Courtney, the it girl for real, authentic wellness. This is where we talk about what wellness really looks like. No filters, no trends, just the truth. Oh my God, Happy New Year. It is officially 2026, which is just wild to say, but here we are. And I felt like this was the perfect time to talk about motivation because, ooh, that M word is like tossed around so much. People are like, I'm just not feeling motivated to go to work out. Or, oh my God, it's January 1st and I'm so motivated to start. But by February, we all know what happens. That feeling of motivation is dead. It's gone. And the gyms are empty. So I want to talk today about motivation, how to stop relying on it, and how to actually create habits with discipline and consistency so you actually hit your goals this year. If you're a girly that relies solely on motivation, where you are just waiting for this feeling of excitement and all the things to get you going to want to go to the gym, I'm going to let you down really, really hard right now. Really easily. No, actually really hard because this bitch is just tough love. It's not happening. We are not motivated 365 days a year. Like, we are not robots, we are humans. The reality is, if you're relying on that excitement to get you started, you're going to have like a rude awakening because it's not going to come. Or it might come and then it just goes away in 2 days. And then you're like, shit, I can't stick to what I'm doing and I don't understand why. A lot of people think that they need to feel this, they have to feel this intrinsic type of feeling to wake up when their alarm rings to go to the gym, or to make healthier choices during the day, or if Karen brings donuts to the office. Ugh, I just wasn't motivated enough. I didn't have the willpower to say no to them. Or, ugh, laundry got in the way, kids got in the way, right? And we rely so much on this one thing to help us reach our goals when the reality is it is discipline that keeps you going. Because when you have discipline, you are like, you don't think about what you're doing. Think about when you wake up. What do? I would hope you brush your teeth. You don't think about brushing your teeth. It's just something that you do. It's a habit that you formed, right? Over years and years of doing it, and it's on autopilot. Where now you don't need motivation to go wash your face or brush your teeth. It is just something you do because it's created as a habit and you don't think about it anymore. And that is really what you should be getting to when it comes to working out or eating healthy. Like, you want it to become a habit on autopilot where it just makes sense. For instance, I've been doing this for over 10 years and I'm on autopilot at this point. I don't rely on anything to go work out. There are so many days. If you follow me on Instagram and you look at my stories, I constantly post about that. There are so many days I actually don't want to go. People think that just because we are trainers and we're in fitness, we want to work out 24/7, and like, that's just not the case. There are a lot of days I actually wake up, and I'm a 5 a.m. girl, and I wake up and I go to the gym. A lot of times I don't want to go, and I'm like, ugh, and it's winter, and I just want to stay in my nice warm bed with my heated blanket. That's all I want. But the thing that gets me out of bed is my discipline, right? The habits that I've formed over the years. I don't think about it. I just do it because it's something that's incorporated in my lifestyle at this point. That's really where you see the success, is when you get to a point of autopilot where it no longer feels like a chore or something that you think about or something that you're just have to do. It's something that's just part of your lifestyle, and that's that's truly where the success happens, in my opinion. Sort of like brushing your teeth, brushing your hair, washing your face, things that you don't think about. You just have had that instilled in you for so many years. It takes time. I'm not saying this is like an overnight thing where it's like all of a sudden you're not going to rely on a feeling. But once you create the habit, once you create the discipline, it becomes so much easier. I want you to really think about how many times have you said, I'm just not motivated. I'm not motivated to go to the gym. I'm not motivated to work out. I'm not motivated to meal prep. I'm not motivated. Like, how many times do you say that? I really want you to start like noticing that and stop saying that, because we as humans are not always motivated to do things. So just get that out of your vocabulary and stop saying, I'm just not motivated, and just do. And just do. Stop overthinking, analyzing. Just do it. And I know that I've spoken about this in a past episode, but you really have to set the boundaries and have a lot of things that kind of take the barriers out of your way. So maybe set your alarm 15 minutes earlier so you can snooze for 15 minutes, but then that second alarm, just you have to get up. Maybe it's laying your clothes out on your bed the night before so you can just go to the gym. Maybe it's packing a bag so you can go straight on the way home from work. Eliminating the barriers are going to be so much easier when you're first starting your journey, because this is where a lot of people kind of fuck up. They're like, oh, well, I overslept, or you wake up and then you have so many decisions. It's like decision fatigue, and that's not what we want. We want as minimal decisions as possible when it comes to something that we're starting to build, because that is going to be the one obstacle that will deter us from doing the thing that we're supposed to be doing. Maybe you start with a 30-day challenge for yourself and you have like a reward after. If you're someone who is reward oriented or that drives you, do a 30-day of how many times I can work out in 30 days and set a goal, and then just set a reward for the 30 days and see how that feels for you. There's nothing wrong with having a little external bribery, if you will. A lot of people actually thrive on that. But what happens is it gets the momentum going for you, and then you start just seeing that snowball effect where in 30 days you're now doing the thing that you wanted to do because you want to reach the goal and you want to reach that reward. By 30 days, you've already created a habit, but by 90 days, it starts becoming more instilled in you. Has anyone read Atomic Habits? Because if you have not read it, please put it on your list of things to read for 2026. That book made so much sense. And I already know a lot of it because that's what I preach and what I teach and what I do for myself. But the author really went through a lot of how to form habits, and in just small bite-sized ways, instead of, as we know, when January hits, everyone goes balls to the wall and they're like 0 to 100. They have these big audacious goals, and then by February, March, it kind of burns out. And then what happens? You're just like, okay, just done. And I know we spoke about this in our last episode with goals, but if you read this book, it breaks down how to actually build out habits so that way you are more consistent and have more discipline. And it talks about habit stacking, which again, we have spoken about in other episodes, because I am a big believer in habits. I think that a lot of fitness programs and things, diets that you've tried, they don't teach you one thing. They don't teach you how to instill habits and lifestyle, which is the reason that you're always rebounding. If you're a diet girly and you have been dieting since circa 1990s, and you're doing all these things and you're always on something like keto, Whole30, 75 hard. Oh, can we just talk about that for a second, by the way? Could we not do the 75 hard this year? I am so not into that extreme shit anymore. I used to be. the old version of me, maybe 10 years ago, would have done a 75 hard and would have been like, oh my God, this is amazing. And like, love the extreme shit. That was who I was until I burnt the fuck out and it no longer served me. And then I realized being extreme does not work for me, and honestly, it doesn't work for anyone. And I started to create more balance for myself. I started to create more of a lifestyle for myself. And now I look at 75 hard and I'm like, girl, no. We don't need a 75 hard to reach our goals. I know a lot of people are going to do a 75 hard for January, and just don't. Please don't be one of those people. What happens with 75 hard, in my opinion, is you do the 75 days and it's really fucking extreme. And then at the end of 75 days, you're like, okay, now what? Now what? Like a diet, that's 6 weeks. Or like a program that promises you weight loss in 6 weeks, like a 6 week weight loss challenge, which I also fucking hate. If you're like, okay, after 75 days, well, that's not sustainable. The 75 hard is not a way to live long term. So you're kind of like, cool, I did this, I'm proud of myself, but how do I move forward? Because you actually didn't create any real sustainable habits, because it's extremely insane, and a lot of those things you're not going to be able to keep up every single day. Which is why I just cringe at all of those things, because again, it's like a weight loss program or a diet. After you're done with it, there is no roadmap. There is no, okay, now what? Which is why I teach my clients how to create habits and lifestyle changes and real lasting things that when you lose the weight, you actually can stick to. And not even that, but keep the weight loss off. Because think back to a time when you're doing a weight loss program or a diet and you gained almost all the weight back. It's because if you're not on the specific program or buying their specific food or whatever it is, or following their specific rules, you'll gain all the weight back, because you can't live like that. Whether it's counting points or insane calories or restricting yourself or eating only certain things during, a certain time period, or living off of shakes, or working out twice a day with all this other crazy shit, like, it's just not a thing. It's not sustainable. You can't live like that after the program is over. What I really want you to take away from this episode is we need to start building that habit, that consistency, that discipline, and stop relying on motivation. It's a fleeting feeling, and it's not real. And if you're constantly relying on something that's not real to get you out of bed, to do the workout, to say no to the donuts, to make a better choice during the day, you will find yourself in 2027 saying, why didn't I reach any of my goals? And it's because you didn't build sustainable habits. You didn't create the foundation. Think about a house. I always say this. I love this analogy. A house has a foundation. And if the foundation is shitty, the house is going to crumble. And that's how you are right now. You don't have a stable foundation. And maybe let's flip the script. Maybe you are someone who is dieting and working out so much, but you're not seeing results. Again, it's the same thing. You need to start creating new routines, new habits. If something is not working and you're doing the same shit, it's called insanity. And you need to start building out new routines, new habits in order to see different results. If you keep relying on motivation and it's not working, you're not doing the thing that you're supposed to do, clearly something has to change. If you are someone who is doing all the things, you're in the gym like 6 days a week, you're taking classes, you're eating healthy but not seeing results, again, you need new habits, new routines. It all comes down to your foundation, no matter what. If you are not seeing results that you want to see, look at your foundation. What is it telling you? Is it solid? Is it rocky? Look at it, because it will tell you whether or not you need to tweak your plan. I talk to a lot of women, And a lot of women have the same complaint. They don't see the results. If they are doing what they're supposed to be doing, but they're not seeing results yet, they are doing this for years, like on this hamster wheel. And it's like, but something has to change, because if nothing changes, nothing changes. It's all about shifting perspective. It's all about creating a new foundation, creating new habits, creating new routines. I want you to think about the one thing that you are going to focus on for the next 30 days. One habit, just one. Whether that is you are going to work out twice a week for 20 minutes. That is so doable. If you are someone who is just starting out, again, you're relying on that motivation, you don't know where to start, just work out 2 times this week. 2 times for 20 minutes. You could do it at home. You don't even have to go to a gym. Just start. Create the habit. It's not always about what you're doing. It's about just doing the action consistently. Whether it's 10 minutes, 15 minutes, it doesn't fucking matter. All that matters is you start doing it. You get into the routine of doing it, because when that happens and it snowballs, you're going to find yourself wanting to do more. It just naturally happens. If you force yourself to go balls to the wall and work out 5 times a week, it's going to last for 2 weeks and you're going to be like, this is too much for me and I can't sustain this. And you're going to stop altogether. And we don't want that. If you are someone who is working out a lot and not seeing results, cut back on your workouts, change your workouts, see what happens for the next 30 days. Do something different. Do something different. Step outside your comfort zone, do something different, and start seeing actual changes. I would love to know what you are focusing on for the next 30 days. So follow me on Instagram @_Alicia Courtney, and go drop into my DMs. Tell me all the things that you're focusing on for the next 30 days. I want to be there. I want to support you. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, because if you know, then you know. I want 1,000 subscribers by the end of 2026. So I would really appreciate it if you commented, shared, subscribed. Support your girl, because I really appreciate it. If you're listening on the podcast, again, share, subscribe to the podcast, drop into my DMs. I love it. And I know this year is going to be amazing for all of us. It's the year of the horse. If you didn't know, now you know. Year of horse, momentum. We are stepping into our power, our confidence, all the things. It is our year. Take this opportunity. Do not let January just pass you by. Really, really hit the ground running for the next 30 days and focus on one thing. Change one thing. And I'm telling you, it's going to change your life in the best possible way. And I will see you on the next episode.